At a man's funeral, the widow asked if anyone would like to say a word. At a man's funeral, the widow asked if anyone would like to say a word. The first person stands up and says, plethora. The widow says, thank you. That means a lot. The next person stands up and says, earth. The widow says, thank you. That means the world. The next person stands up and says, watering hole. A bit confused, the widow says, I know you meant well. The next person stands up and says, totality. The widow says, thank you, that means everything. The next person stands up and says, dynamite. The widow says, thank you. That's powerful stuff. The next person stands up and says, nostalgia. The widow says, thank you. That's a loving memory. The next person stands up and says, embrace. The widow says, thank you. That's touching. The next person stands up and says, measurement. The widow says, thank you. That means so much. The next person stands up and says, incomprehensible. The widow says, thank you. That means more than you can imagine. The next person stands up and says, bargain. The widow says, thank you. That means a great deal. The next person stands up and says, beer. The widow says, thank you. He would have loved that.